What the fuck is this piece of shit?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kraken's Den podcast, episode number 4. Probably be rocking out today by myself, but that's okay. But first, I want to shout out people in the chat. People was always here. I know it was only on Xbox was first. Ray. I see it was you around. Who else is around there? Ray. I will address what happened in the chat, so don't worry about it. What's there? Panic Boss, what's up, man? Hyperfan Gaming, what's going on, bro? Kev Laurie, what's going on? Why so serious? What happened in the chat? I'll I'll address it. Long live the Black Mamba. What's up, man? Muscle Man Dan. Who else is in the chat? I guess that's it. There are 18 people in the chat. Chill Carlo, what's going on, man? Snipers, snipe the snipers. Okay, let me adjust what happened last night and during the course of this afternoon and shit. Why did my man Oracular chat's been deleted? Because exactly like Why So Serious been saying, I just said, he's been tripping. He's been out of his mind. He's been DMing everybody. He's been complaining and putting up excuses, then telling us that he wants everybody to do bad and to, hope for everybody the worst. And I'm like, dude, I don't got no time for that show, for real. I don't got no time for that. All you had to do, if you're listening on regular, all you had to do is say, hey man, I misfired. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Oh, be careful next time, and that's it. But nah, man, you went to a rant. You started ranting. You started insulting people, and I ain't got time for that, bro. I really don't. If you can't handle just being timed out for 300 seconds, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Sean G, what's going on? Yes, Redfall is fire. America, sorry if I mispronounced your name. AIK. I'm sorry, man. Hello, man. Onyx, what's going on, bro? But anyway, that's the only thing I'm going to address in the chat. That's it. Oracular right now has been timed out. And until you at least say sorry, bro, then everything's cool. But anyway, I want to talk about Redfall. And I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. I'm in the camp that I like the game. I really do. What's funny is I'm not much of a fan of arcade games. Arcade to me, I didn't get Deathloop. I didn't click with the game. I didn't click much with Dishonored. I didn't click with most of their games. Okay, Amir, sorry. no, but thanks. Iron Man, what's going on? But for some reason, I am clicking with Redfall. And I know it's weird. I know it's weird that I'm clicking with what is quote unquote one of the worst games out there right now. But I'm, for some reason, enjoying the game. I know there's flaws in the games. I know there's glitches. They have texture pop in, a whole bunch of of, of problems. I get it. I understand that. But I'm not here to damage control the game. I'm not here to tell everybody that they're haters or whatever. What I'm here to say is the game is not a 5.9. Samurai Shannon, what's going on, man? Um, the game is not a 5.9. I've played much worse games than Redfall. I've played much boring games than Redfall. And Redfall is glitchy, but it's not broken. The first day I did have troubles getting into the game because I'm guessing everybody's trying to jump into the game. Remember, this is a online server based game, and I imagine they having troubles with their servers. But at the same time, it was just the first day. It was a few hours. After that, I started playing the game. I started enjoying the game. And there's something about look, right now, I'm not a fan of zombie games at all. But I'm a fan of the lore and everything that has to do with vampires, except the Twilight movies. And I'm looking at this game and start playing it. The AI is dumb at the beginning. The vampires were sometimes dumb at the beginning. But then I keep playing and playing, and these human cultists started jumping me. The vampires started jumping me. And the flow of the combat started to get fast. My weapons started getting more powerful. I can kill enemies quicker. Enemies can kill me quicker. And then I started to find these little tidbits of story in the world. I found a cassette tape that had like a ghost, a yellow ghost in the game. I'm like, what the hell is this? It was like next to a tree. Then I was just randomly trying to find. I was just randomly walking around, and then I found another cassette tape with another ghost telling part of the story. And I'm like, okay, this is the arcane that I know and love. This is the arcane. Well, not love. This is the arcane that I know. They're not much of storytelling like regular storytelling that's showing games in a linear path. No, they want you to read. They want you to do certain things so you can enjoy the entirety of the game. So I'm like, all right, this is not bad. And then you start going into these vampires, the vampire nest, and you see these trippy places. Granted, the vampires are not that difficult at that moment, and you clean house quite quickly. And besides, I'm playing by myself though, highest difficulty, the highest difficulty available at the moment because I know there's one higher that you have to unlock. And again, I'm I'm not bored by it. I'm enjoying it. I'm not rage quitting it. I'm not like, yo, this game is so trash that I just don't want to play anything else. No. Granted, I also am not playing it in chunks of 5 hours. I'm playing it in chunks of 3 hours here, 2 hours there. But maybe that was a good thing to play this games in little chunks because I'm not being bored by it. But when the game changed for me is when I went to the first like vampire god. You go to the dollhouse, when you go to the what was it, the guy's name? The Hollow Man's house. When you go to the Hollow Man's like boss fight or whatever, and you see that trippy place that kind of reminded me of like Stranger Things for some reason. I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Now I'm seeing the idea. I'm seeing the potential of this game. I'm seeing what they were going like to do with this game. And I beat the Hollow Man. The whole part was all trippy and everything. The boss was a little bit difficult for me because, hey, the reloading, arcane, please, or you put a mechanic to make the reloads faster, or at least give us quicker reloads because some of these weapons reload like fucking ass, but whatever. So I finish him, I beat him, and then what's up, FarQ? Angry Therapist. Um, when you go to a second map, that whole opening of the second map that you go into a trippy place and you see these trees and you see this Justin Marshall going on. You see all these new things because now we have a second clan of people. You have a new cultist clan. You see more vampires. I'm telling you, man, This tells me in some way that most of these reviewers did not give the chance of this game. It's not perfect, I get it. But it seems like they only played 2-3 hours of the game and they just let it go. And now that I'm in the second part of the game, second map, the game got better. Like a lot better for me. The combat got quicker. I have better equipment. The AI for some reason got spiked like crazy. I don't even know if it's AI or the difficulty. The difficulty just spiked up. Lori, yes, there is a second map. I thought because when I was playing, when you play Redfall the first time, you thought that's it. That's the only thing was that part of Redfall, which is the map that is red. But then there's another map. Yes, there's another map. And then you're like, okay, the whole different things. Then all the trailers that we see from Redfall are part of the second map, not even the first map. The architecture, the whole the Ferris wheel, all that is coming from the second map. And I'm like, yo, again, Drawn TJ, what's going on? Milky Sweater, dude. What's going on with that name? Jerry Brown, what's going on, man? Jesus Christ, the game's angry therapist is going on. Um, I'm here to say that, dude. One trick pony. I'm here to tell you guys that hey, Redfall is not a bad game, and I think honestly that there was a hate train on this game. I think the game was actually going to land where the mock reviews of Xbox had it, like around 70, mid 70s, maybe high 70s. But because of the Xbox tax, plus the problems of the game, plus just the hate train, made the game drop down into a 59. And that is absolute bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. And I'm here to tell you, bro, there's people out there that telling you the game is trash, fine. But never let people tell you that you can't have fun with this game. Don't let people tell you that you shouldn't play this game. This game is not bad. And to Dreamcast guy was out there telling people to fire Phil. Look at this motherfucker. Look what he does.
I've been a PlayStation dick sucker?
Huh? What you want, some dick?
Yeah, Dreamcast guy is a piece of shit, but whatever. This game, I'm surprised it's not that bad. I'm serious. It's treated unfair, absolutely. Like I can see the vision. I swear to God, I can see the vision of this game. I can see them actually like, yo, when you go to these trippy parts, when you go to see these bosses, when you go into the nest, you're like, dude, I can see your vision. But what happened? My question is, what actually happened in their execution? What didn't happen? Why didn't like connect it all together? Maybe it was more time. Maybe there was a problem with the pipeline of development. I don't know. But I'm really here to tell you guys, dude, for real. Don't let everybody tell you or not enjoy this game. I am enjoying this game. Like, dude, I'm enjoying this game more than. And what was the last game I played? Let me think. I did not finish God of War Ragnarok. Let's put it that way. I did not want to finish that dog shit game. I like 2018. I don't like Ragnarok. And Ragnarok, I played it 2 hours and I let it go. I'm still playing Redfall. But you fucking capping, Joey. What would you say that? That game is dog shit. I don't care no more. I really don't care. And years back, I remember. Look, I'm a DC fan. Obviously, DC movies hasn't been great for a lot of people. A lot of people it has. I'm one of those people that really love Batman versus Superman. However, I saw a lot of bad reviews in DC movies too. And I said to myself, you know what? Why would I listen to a guy that is halfway around the world that I don't know, that doesn't care about me, tell me if a movie is bad or not, and should I see it or not. So from that point forward, I said, you know what? I'm not going to even listen or see movie reviews anymore, because it's not about what somebody else is telling me if the game is good or bad. It's what I feel about the game or the movie. And I've seen bad movies, and I have enjoyed those bad movies. And I've seen Oscar winning movies that to me are absolute bore fest. To each his own, to whoever likes whatever. But I'm here to tell you guys right now, I'm done with video games reviews. I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to watch them. I'm not even going to care about them anymore. At all. I just don't care no more. I'm a point and click fan. I like point and click games. You think point and clicks are going to review well next to a AAA game? No, they're not. But I still enjoy those games. I know a lot of people in the chat that like games that are not highly rated. A lot of games that are childhoods that we love are poorly rated. So I'm done with reviews. I don't care if they say games are trash. I don't care if I'm testing the game. And if I like it, I like it. And God of War 28, God of War Ragnarok for me was boring. I didn't like it. The mechanic, I didn't like God of War 2018. I liked the 20, not 18, Ragnarok. I didn't like it. But I did like 18. I love 3. That's the only PS3 game that I'm like, yo, I gotta play God of War 3. Everything else, I don't care. I think, in my opinion, most of the PlayStation games are like, dude, if I want to see a movie, I'll go watch a movie. I'm one of those proponents that I want to play a video game. I want to play a video game. I don't want to watch a movie. And when I play Redfall, dude, I feel like I'm playing a video game and I'm having fun, which is the most important part of playing video games. I don't want to feel sad all the time. I don't want to be depressed watching the Last of Us all the time. No, man. I want to have fun. And to me, Redfall is a fun game. Does not deserve the hate that it gets. And the game needs some work. Yes, it does. But it's not a 59. I like Uncharted. Uncharted is a good game. But I don't like The Last of Us, straight up. I don't give a fuck about The Last of Us at all. So, again, I haven't finished Redfall. I haven't finished it. I'm playing with Remy. I think when I finish Redfall, I'm gonna play like a second playthrough with somebody else, some other character. But no, man, it's not. Far Q, gameplay over cutscene to explain the story. Listen, Elden Ring is one of those cases that you don't need dialogue or cutscenes to tell a beautiful story. There's an indie game. I don't know if you guys know about this game, but it's called Abzu. Abzu is just a game of a guy swimming underneath water. And you go underneath these temples and you see these things. Everything is environmental storytelling. And the game is beautiful. Where's my dog? My dog is my dog is fine. I like more environmental storytelling. Halo 1 had a lot of environmental storytelling. A lot of games had environmental storytelling. I have nothing against cutscenes, because sometimes you need a cutscene because let's be honest, sometimes I'm lazy to read a newsletter or notepad or whatever. But I really love environmental storytelling. And when you look at Redfall, but the game is empty. There's nothing. There's an explanation why the game is empty. They evacuated a town. I mean, makes sense. It's a town emergency. There's a whole bunch of monsters or vampires killing people. What do? Tell people nah, man, evacuate this motherfucker. When I look at Redfall, it's weird, but it reminds me of old Goosebumps episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that Halloween flair. and I like it. Yes, Dead Cells has dope storytelling without cutscenes. That's right. Redfall to me is pure environmental storytelling. The atmosphere is great. The colors, I like the colors of the game. I like the fog. I like when it goes night and day. I like the color palette of the game. Could it be a more horror-ish? Like, could it be more scary? The game, maybe, but it's not as bad. Uh, the architecture of the game, the town is planned, how the person who actually designed the town, to me, kind of makes sense. It feels like a East Coast like town. It does, and I like it. Jeremy Brown, even Hades has a beautiful lore without CGI cutscenes. That's right. I'm not saying CGI cutscenes are bad, but Redfall or environmental storytelling, to me, it's like, look, I'm going to show you this world, and without telling you anything, telling you anything, I'm telling you a lot. And to me, Redfall is telling me that. And the second map is much better. I like it, and it's not a 7.9. This video was taken yesterday. What is this, Black Mama? What are you showing me? Hold on. Let me see if I can find whatever this is. Oh my God, why are you showing me? Exposing bias. You know what? Let's see this. Let's see this together. Let me put this. Let me get this. 1 second. Let me see. Let's watch that video that you just sent me, Black Mama, together. See how that goes. Let's see what this is. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. 1 second. By the way, if anybody's in the chat, hit the like button if you can. Share it out. Okay, let's share my screen now. Share screen. Boom. So let's see this.
Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson return to add so much heart, honesty, joy, and sadness to the roles as Joel and Ellie, respectively.
Its uncomfortable and outdated mechanics make you feel frustratingly trapped.
The artfully detailed and realized locations Ellie travels through are layered with backstory.
It just feels cruel.
Those clever designs are dressed with some of the most beautiful environments I've seen from the PlayStation 4 generation.
This game just feels constantly punishing for no reason.
While Part 2 is a thrilling adventure, it still makes time for a stunning, nuanced exploration of the strength and fragility of the human spirit.
Ultimately, the game winds up being an unpleasant nostalgia trip that nobody should pack their bags for.
Jesus Christ. 2 out of 10. The ratio on the no, now here's something weird to me. Like SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a cartoony game for kids. What kind of depth you're trying to find in that? Like, I see kids play Roblox. Have you seen how in-depth Roblox actually is? No, you can't. Kids like what they like. So, I mean, The Last of Us, fine. People call it the best thing ever. I really don't give a fuck. But that's my taste. I'm not saying the game doesn't have quality and the people who made the game. I'm just saying that it's not for me. But now what you look at the user score versus the meta score, 95 versus 40. I don't know if this is review bombed or whatever, but let's keep on watching.
Given the recent controversy about The Last of Us 2, I bet viewers assume this is a video digging on the game or its fans. Well, I actually really don't care about The Last of Us. I just don't really like cinematic games very much to begin with, so had very little investment in the series one way or the other. However, I predicted something like this was going to happen. The issue of The Last of Us controversy isn't fully the developer's fault or the fault of the players who were disappointed by its sequel either. At least not completely.
Okay, let me put pause for a second. Guys in the chat. Whoever played The Last of Us 2, do you guys really had a problem with, what's the girl's name? The chick, the broad chick? Forgot her name. I forgot her name. Well, anyway, do you had a problem with her being in the game, or overall you guys did not like the game? Like, real question. Do you guys like the game or not? Anybody in the chat there? Talk to me. Talk to me. I don't see nobody in the chat. I got no interest in that game. What's up? What's up? What's up, Victor Click? Yes, the issue was can't tell me who to like or who to hate. Okay, the issue you didn't know who to like or who to hate in the game. That's an interesting take. What's good, everybody? What's up, Smitty Smith? All right, let's keep on watching.
This controversy hits something deeper than that, an issue the gaming industry has had for a long time now. And that is, put simply, that video game critics and the video game fan base at large don't share the same tastes. Now, this isn't exclusive to video games. Anything from movies to food has critics.
That's not actual size. Is it? Maybe it is. No, no chance. No chance that's the actual size.
The argument for why these people exist is that a critic is supposed to have a finer palate than that of the average consumer.
All right, that part. The critic is supposed to have a finer palate than the average consumer. I should agree if that's true. However, the critic or the new critics or the critics that we live in our times, all biased as fuck. They're all biased. So you can't take these critics seriously anymore, unfortunately. Let's see what the chat says. It's good, everybody. She's not bad as a character. It's just forced on you. Yeah, I see a lot of people like that. You kill spoilers. You kill Joel, and then you're forced to use her. I played the remake, and I got bored after the test died. I actually went and played to my cousin's house because he does have the PS5. I go when I play the PS5, I go to his house, and I played it for a while. It wasn't even for me either. That remake. I honestly didn't see a difference in the graphics, but whatever. It takes the Disney concept of a revenge and is a bad tries to act like it's deep. Yeah, you can say the revenge concept. Wanted us to hate Joel, made him to be the bad guy. It shows sympathy of Abby. Abby, that's the name of the girl. I don't understand why you had to make Joel the bad guy. I don't understand why you had to do that. Given the circumstances of his world and how tough everything is, how he had to survive, the dude did what he had to do, and turning that around kind of sucks for the fans, but whatever. The Last of Us took itself way too seriously. Look, The Last of Us can be taken all the seriousness you want, but what I hate about The Last of Us is that they're considered the best video game ever made, which I strongly disagree. And like, this is the best story ever written. I fucking hate when they say that, but whatever. Let's continue with the video.
The assumption goes that the uneducated masses don't really understand what is good and
Bullshit.
what isn't. The issue is, and I have statistical data.
Wait, hold on. The Fallout Vegas got bad reviewed next to Fallout 4. I don't remember that, but whatever.
To back it up, in the video game medium, critics
No,
aren't more
same.
discerning than the average gamer.
Oh.
In fact, it's the opposite. The power the Metacritic score has on a game's success cannot be understated. Of course, there are successful games with low scores and unsuccessful games with high scores. But to a video game publisher, a review score is a piece of marketing, and the higher that score goes, the easier it is to market their game. And it makes sense why. Video games are expensive. Unlike, say, a movie ticket, which usually only costs about $10 a viewing, a video game often costs $60 or more to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So given the increased financial investment, it makes sense that while movies have a simple thumbs up or thumbs down style of review, most people aren't willing to purchase a game unless they are certain it isn't just good, but excellent. So
I'm in fault of that, to be honest. I have not buying games just because of the reviews, and that's my fault. And then I buy it in a sale, and I end up liking the game much more than the reviews actually say. So I'm in fault of that. I mean, in some way it's like a I don't know, like a security thing for us. It's like, what if we buy a game that is you? Here's the thing. There's a whole bunch of games that has 10 out of 10s, and I got no interest in the game. Celeste was nominated Game of the Year. I tried the game, and it wasn't for me. And I don't understand why that game got a 10 out of 10. I honestly don't. But that's fine. That's just me. And there's games that are low reviewed. Example, Rise Son of Rome. That game is not a 60. That fucking game is not a 60. And I like that game a lot. Quantum Break is another one. Here's a pattern. A lot of Xbox games are low reviewed, but when you actually play the game is actually fantastic. So let's continue with the video.
A non-binary style of scoring system is required. But there are major issues that come from this style of system, and the result of this is developers pandering to reviewers above that of their actual fan base. The idea of developers changing a game to appease to game journalists likely isn't a novel idea to anyone watching this video. There are multiple stories of games getting censored or changed after a game journalist makes or tries to make a controversy over a subject.
Here's the thing. Jess Gordon actually alluded to that. Jess Gordon actually said that sometimes reviewers, are like, hey, I like the game, but everybody else hates it. Because everybody else hates it, they lower their scores, or in some cases, they higher their scores, depending if everybody loves it or hate it. That's crazy to me. Like, why would you do that? That's really crazy to me. And I think, again, this subject is about Redfall. Redfall is not a 59. I don't care what metric you want to use against the game. It's buggy, whatever. The game is not a 59. The game is not out. Like, it's not broken. The game is not broken. It's playable. Buggy? Yes. But not a 59, but let's continue.
What people forget is that outside of free-to-play games, which tend to not get review scores, most game developers have to think about game critics during nearly every step of a game's design.
Which
and their
sucks.
specific tastes are a big reason why the current video game market is the way it is today. Just using my home country of America as an example, video game fan bases come from all cultures and interests as well as ages. You have the culturally diverse old guard of the fighting game community, then you have more casual gamers that just play whatever is advertised to them the most. There are also people who only like a specific genre of game. For example, I know a lot of people that just play League of Legends or Dota and nothing else. Tastes also change based on the demographics we're looking at. Things such as age, gender, or where you live is likely going to be a good indicator of the types of games you prefer. The diversity of the many tastes of players isn't reflected well in games journalism, however. As I will show in a bit, journalism bias doesn't affect all games equally. Like fast-paced complex action games? Sorry, most game journalists don't. Like old 90s style FPS? Well, tough luck. How about...
That's a good observation. And the point is that if you think about it, Sony games, for example, they have this bombastic opening. It's easy to go through, but these Sony games ain't hard, like really hard to finish. They're like holding your hands. So therefore, psychologically, it's like, oh my God, this game is amazing because I'm looking at all these fantastic stuff and everything else. But when you play a game that is not holding your hand and it's hard as fuck, you finally beat a boss like Dark Souls, like Sekiro, like Elden Ring, or a lot of other games that are hard as hell, like Wulong, which is hard as hell. It gives you a sense of accomplishment that I never gotten with a Sony game. I swear to God, I've never gotten that the feeling of I accomplished, I beat this motherfucker. I never got that on a Sony game. On a Sony game is, hey, cool, awesome, but I've never gotten that, like, damn, I made it, I did it. I don't know. So I agree with that guy right there. Like, action games like RTSs, look at this is not going to get high reviews. Old school shooters, unless you're like what, not even COD get good reviews anymore. Well, Doom does, but Doom is fucking amazing. Like, Doom is one of those games that is a video game, and that game is fucking amazing. But let's keep on watching.
3D platformers. Sorry, having to move vertically.
Psychonauts was the only one that broke the mold because Psychonauts is fantastic.
You might just think I'm cherry picking, but no, I'm not. After going through the critic versus user scores of nearly 4,000 games, There are a few
Damn.
clear trends I found that I would like to share, which I think begin to show us the increasing divide between video game fans and the video game critics, as
Mm.
well as starting to explain why things have gotten to where they are today.
Mm.
The first thing I did was compare the difference between the average Metacritic score a game gets versus the same game's user score and the average difference of this by year from 1996 to 2018.
Damn, that guy
The
went right
result of
back.
this is a trend that as time went on, review scores became more and more positive compared to what the general audience felt on a game. Starting in 2009, reviewers started reviewing games more positively than that of user reviews. Before that year,
Okay, before I finish, I don't know if you guys remember back in certain magazines, a review was like divided. You had graphics, you had story, you had gameplay, and you had enjoyability. Each of those had a score, and then they had the aggregate of all of them and made a score. And I remember back then that a 70 was not a bad game. I remember seeing, I don't know, guys remember Game Trailers, that website. Well, now they're easy allies, but when they were back like time of Screw Attack and Game Trailers, I remember seeing a 70. And I'm like, good game. Okay, I'll try it. But now 70, 60, it's a little bit low. But 70 is a bad game. Low 80s is now looking like why? Now you have to be like high 80s, 90s to be acceptable these days, which is crazy. But all right, let's keep on watching this guy. Let's see if this guy. I'm not going to pause this time. I'm going to see if we can go through without pausing. What are you missed? Straggly Rock, okay. The first topic was Redfall. Redfall's not 59. I'm loving the game. I'm not apologizing for anybody. I don't care if anybody says I'm crazy and I'm capping, I'm a bot, whatever. Redfall is a good game to me, and it does not deserve a 59. Long Leg the Black Mama sent me a link of why review scores has changed or whatever, so we're watching that, see what happens. So it's entertaining to see what this guy thinks. By the way, let's start.
from 1996 to 2008, every year showed reviewers criticizing games more harshly than that of the average player. As you can see, after 2009, there wasn't a single year where critics reviewed games harsher than fans. This positivity bias was
2009,
greatest in
Bioshock.
bigger budget games or games made by large
I like
publishers
Infinite,
and
Bioshock
smaller
Infinite.
and indie games. So, am I implying reviewers are bought off by large corporations? After all, why would games made by megacorps get higher review scores? Well, no, I don't believe this is the case, at least not directly. You see, 2009 was around the point where print media was really starting to die, and online game critics were starting to become the bulk of game reviews. Unlike print magazine, which generally shipped on a monthly basis and so had a set schedule of when a review had to be finished by, with online reviewers releasing scores on the night of or even before a game's released, suddenly, getting a review in on time or among the first became extremely important to review sites. Since
By the way, do you guys think these people actually finish their games? Like, do you actually think they actually finished the reviews? To me, I've seen guys say like I finished the game in 5 hours. Hi-Fi Rush was one of those. I don't remember who said it, but said I finished Hi-Fi Rush. I done the review. Boom, boom. 6 hours, 5 hours, and I play Hi-Fi Rush like a lot. And I can't unless I'm like speed running the fucking game, which I'm not a speed runner. That's minimum 18 hours. So could these guys? You're telling me these guys are actually faking? Is that a thing? Like, did these guys actually finish Redfall? I really think they finished Redfall. Heck no. Everybody says no. Some reviewers flat out admitted they don't. Then how could these guys? How could these companies like accept that though? Like, how can these guys accept that? Because look at Digital Foundry, for example. They always check certain part of the games that are broken. When like just to check the frame rates, bugs, whatever. But for some reason, they always show the parts that people say, "Yo, it's buggy at the beginning for Xbox," but then if you go down the line of the game, PlayStation straight out broken. It doesn't work well. But Digital Foundry is not saying anything, so they're not even reviewing the entire game. I get it; it takes time. You're not going to check everything, every nook and cranny of the game. But at the same time, if you're like a website that is all about quality control and showing these people that these games are fundamentally broken or they're running well, You should check everything. And I still think and I still believe that they did not finish Redfall. But anyway, let me see what people say in the chat. I like this guy video said for marketing. Yeah, that's true for marketing. I mean, I think it's been proven that Sony has paid reviewers so they can get good reviews. If not, they don't get like sponsorships and shit like that. They don't get codes. Chill Walker, Jez from Xbox Era did, and he scored it high. That's right. He did score it high. That's interesting. Because I know it's an Xbox website, but even DualShockers rated the game higher than most of these guys. It's like they did finish the game, and a lot of them didn't. So the ones who actually finished it probably liked the game more than they should because they finished it and they saw the vision. Digital Foundry of PC gamers? Yeah, you can say that. I know King Trash said Hi-Fi. Yes, he was one of those pieces of shit that said that. It was King Thread recently hitting. So this shit move. Was it King Thrash recently hating on some game and didn't even get past the opening? What game was that? Forza Horizon 5. He said there was no volcanoes and shit like that, and people were like, dude, the volcanoes in the beginning of the fucking game. And he proved, and then he started showing like gameplay, and the dumbass was showing for Forza Horizon 4. That he was fucking lying, but that's King Thrash. He's a piece of shit anyways. Okay, let's continue with this shit.
Who ever released a review first is more likely to get views. While a video game publisher can't prevent reviewers from releasing a bad review of their game
Angry
after
Joe.
a game is
Please.
already released, though they have tried, they sure can determine who gets to review a game before said game releases, through the process of handing out early review copies to specific online publications. What this results in is journalists tending to be nicer when reviewing big releases or games from large corporations, because as long as they aren't too harsh on a game, they'll be selected next time it's time to give out early review copies. This is
okay. Question: if that's the case, then why the fuck Xbox get destroyed? BC McNasty, Joey, how far along are you? I'm in the second map. I finished quite a few missions in the game. So I'm thinking I'm about like 5 or 8 hours to finish the game. And I'm enjoying the game, honestly. Real nonstop talent. Media hates Xbox, but my question is why? What did Xbox do to them to gain so much hate from them? I don't understand it. No reviews are getting next arcade game low. Probably. I don't think Xbox is that petty to say you're not getting any reviews anymore. Long live the Black Mamba. Xbox has a bias against since 2013. Look, since 2013, you're right. They love the 360, and then 2013 happened and everything went to shit, and we're still seeing that bullshit. Enjoying it, bro. I just got to the Hollow Man. Dude, the old part with the Hollow Man and going inside the dollhouse is amazing. I love it. Real nonstop talent. Xbox doesn't pay them to pay for reviews like Sony. That's why they hate. That's right. That could be probably it. So I don't know. Lots of media also hates Microsoft. Not just Xbox. So I know. Paddock Boss own $1 trillion company. Everything about Microsoft is bad. Yeah, that's the other thing. Everybody looks at Microsoft like the big bad $1 trillion company. Whatever. Joe Walker, most of the reviewers tend to be PlayStation fans. I think it's nostalgia, man. Most of these guys grew up with PlayStation 1 and 2, and they look at Xbox like the oddball. And I don't know. This is being fair, because I can be fair with PlayStation, but because of the fans, how shitty they are on social media and things like that, they had made me resent the PlayStation brand. But whatever. Let's keep on watching. Isn't Angry Joe hate Xbox because he didn't want to have an interview with him? He had a beef with Major Nelson, if I'm not mistaken. Something happened. So since that day, he said, fuck Xbox forever. Maybe I'm... whatever, man. Angry Joe is Angry Joe. He's been doing this for years. And at least he trashed him The Last of Us Part 2. At least that. So anyway, let's continue.
This is why early review scores of major games are almost always better than the eventual Metacritic score a game eventually gets after it's finally released. So that more niche game you like made by a no-name company, it's not going to get the extra bump.
What game
Sorry.
is that?
And again, while early review copies weren't exclusive to just online websites, it became far more important once magazines started getting phased out and replaced by gaming websites. This is likely why, when comparing the difference between user and critic scores of top rated games, as in games with a score of 90% or greater, from the 5 year period of 1996 to 2001 versus 2013 to 2018, we see a drastic difference in agreement. During the turn of the millennium, there was only a zero point 0.5 scoring difference on average compared to a whopping average of 1.8 point difference. 1.8 might not at first sound too bad, but that's the difference between a game getting a 7.2 out of 10 versus a 9 out of 10. Now, I don't think early review copies are the only issue causing this huge difference in opinion. Going back to what I said about diversity, the simple fact is that
That's interesting that he's tackling math. What's going on, big boy Mike? Mr. Fernando. What's going on? I want to show you. Later, I actually sat down and did what Ken Thrash can't do, which is math. And I calculated or did an average of Xbox One, the 7 years of Xbox One versus the 2 years and 5 months of Xbox Series X, their average score compared to one another, and the increase that Phil has made. That guy said, yes, 1 point something may not look a lot, but that's a difference of a higher score. For real. I did the math and how the quality of Xbox games has risen in this next gen. I'll show you guys a little bit later after we watch this video to show you guys that Xbox Series X has more great games than the entirety of the Xbox One generation, just based on averages and percentages. But anyway, I'll check. Let's keep on playing this video.
that video game critics don't have the same player diversity or experience as many of the fans of the medium. Looking at available information from the writers of gaming websites, it quickly becomes clear that the average video game critic is a male in their mid-20s to early 30s that live in a major city on the West Coast, most likely San Francisco. This might at first seem like a trivial bit of information, but it's important when understanding the specific bias game reviewers have. The fighting game community, for example, is much bigger in some areas of the United States than in others. It's also no secret that Texas is the holy land for Quake and Doom players. Taking this further, these sites serve the entire English-speaking world, not just a single country. Different countries contain players with differing tastes. If you're a developer that lives in, say, the UK, for example, you're going to have your game reviewed by majorly West Coast Americans. This is just conjecture on my end, but
Facts,
could
non-stop
this
talent.
explain why most video games these days take place in America despite video games being developed by people from all around the world? Now, maybe what I said before wouldn't be so bad if
God bless
video game
Texas.
reviewers were highly experienced players with a breadth of knowledge in the medium. If this were the case, maybe they could handle their innate biases to what games they do and don't like. But the sad fact is that nepotism, not knowledge of the subject matter, is often how people get hired in this industry. Given this, it makes sense that most game critics live within a stone's throw of each other. It's a group of people that, for the most part, happen to know each other. This also explains the embarrassing lack of skill you
Oh,
often see from
goddamn.
video game reviewers or their preferences for easier games.
If you think about what he just said, like most of these reviewers know each other, they're in the same area and things like that. It's like the same thing with movie reviews. The demographic that was doing the Mario movie reviews had nothing to do with the demographic that actually went to see the movie. The reviews for the Mario movie was horrendous. People were calling that movie trash or whatever. And I looked at the reviews. I'm like, God damn, this movie is that bad? I can't believe it. And when I went to see the movie with my kids and my family, I'm like, what the hell are these guys were talking about? My whole movie theater was like happy. So that shows you that the demographic actually in charge of reviewing these games are not the demographic that are actually playing these games. Example, if Street Fighter 5. I don't know 6. I don't know who's reviewing the game, but hopefully a fighting game fan should be reviewing that game. You're not going to give a game to a guy that, look, Sean, I love Sean. POS Sean. But Sean is not a first-person shooter fan. Why would I give Sean a first-person shooter so he can review it? He's not going to review it well, but it's not his thing. Same as Dirt. I'm not going to give Dirt FIFA to review FIFA. That's not going to happen because Dirt's going to say the game is trash. So the demographic of these people making the reviews are not indicative of the people actually playing these games. And at the same time, the bias is behind it. If you think about it, the people who are reviewing the Xbox games, most likely they're all fucking ponies. So therefore, there's a bias there. Therefore, they're not part of the Xbox demographic. Therefore, they're going to trash on the game. Therefore, maybe that's why Redfall got a 5.9. Unjustifiably, I don't know. But it's not a 5.9, that game. That game, it's a mid-70s. I'm sorry. I'm going to defend Redfall to, I don't know, until the Xbox community kick me out. I don't know. But the ponies are, I really believe that ponies are actually reviewing these games. People that don't like Xbox are reviewing these games. And it's time for Xbox itself to, yes, they knew they need to do quality control of their own games. But they also have to know who they're going to give these codes to. Like, I'm not going to give a fucking game to Greg fucking Miller just because he has a big channel, knowing that he loves fucking every Sony thing, everything Sony does. So, this guy in this video is onto something. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what he's saying, or I'm making a whole new narrative. I don't know. What's up, Dirk? Primus Gaming. Who else is in the chat? I love that name, Beastie McNasty. God damn. Real stop talent. Yeah, don't give me Sony. I'll give him 5 out of 10. There you go. Non-stop talent. He doesn't give a fuck. Look, if you give me The Last of Us Part 3, I'm not going to even review the motherfucker. Why? Because I'm biased. Plus, I don't like zombie games. Plus, I think The Last of Us is an overrated game. So, therefore, don't give me the goddamn code. I will review bomb it. Yes, give WBG the review codes. Hey, by the way, anybody of Arcane, I think I'm one of the few podcasts that are actually defending Redfall. So think about me next time when you put up a new game. Anyway, let's keep on watching the video.
Remember that SpongeBob review at the beginning?
Tim Dog, absolutely. Give him the
reviewer
reviews.
Not being able to figure out a quote-unquote puzzle
Iron Lords
made for
also, yeah, they do
literal
get reviews.
children. Not only could a child solve this puzzle, actual ocean invertebrates solve more complex
Did he just
puzzles.
call reviewers stupid?
As has been shown time and time again, a lot of these people aren't fit to be the vanguards of the gaming industry. And this shows in the data. SpongeBob wasn't the only platformer to get reviewed negatively by critics. Despite most games getting reviewed higher than fan reviews, 3D platformers get nearly a 0.5 reduction on average in review scores compared to user assessments. When we take Nintendo platformers out of the picture, this raises to nearly 0.6. The final, and in my opinion, greatest bias reviewers bring to a game review
Cuphead.
is that honestly,
Dude,
they didn't really get a
I
chance
can't
to
believe how
experience the
bad
game the
people
way they
are.
were meant to be played.
How
When you
bad
get a
people
game to
play
review,
Cuphead.
you
Jesus
have a
Christ.
deadline. What does this mean? It means beating the game on the easiest difficulty,
Easy.
turning on cheats, or avoiding combat altogether. Because gosh darn it, it's Tuesday and I need to get this review up by tomorrow or I'm in serious trouble with my boss. So, think I'm just talking out of my hat? Reviewers admit to doing this all the time. And not
Hold on. Let the dust off. So Spanish slang. Que sopa loco. Vamos a virrear. Man. Whoever speaks Spanish, whoever doesn't speak Spanish, I'm sorry. Man. Honestamente, yo hablo Spanglish. Esa es la manera que yo hablo. No sé si Vic, tú eres panameño or some shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, people in the chat. I'm sorry. He said something in Panamanian slang that just made me laugh. And I don't even know if he's Panamanian or whatever, but that a lot of people don't know. Anyway, let's continue watching the movie. Pieces of shit, Vic.
not just for The Last of Us either, pretty much for any big game. Here's one of the worst examples.
In my boot camp, reviewers were charging through missions wearing the chicken hat, which makes you invisible, almost completely ignoring Mother Base and all the side ops in the race for the end. many, if not all, of the reviews that are already online were written by journalists who were forced to play MGS5 for 8 hours every day in regimented time slots, while
Dude,
under instructions to share only the information that was deemed necessary by Konami higher ups.
look, Metal Gear Solid. I think you guys heard me yesterday with my rant. I don't give a fuck about Metal Gear. I think Metal Gear is a bit of an overrated game, in my opinion. But Phantom Pain. I know people gave it good reviews, but the people who actually played the game were like saying, "Bro, this ain't it, bro. This game is bad." And apparently, because I didn't finish the game, apparently people are saying like, "Yo, the game doesn't even it ends all out of nowhere." And that's not even like Big Boss. That's somebody else and some bullshit plot twist. And I don't know. So when you see that, I think their user reviews of the games are bad, and people say no, Phantom Pain is actually a bad game. But when you see the reviews, I don't know if they're giving it good reviews because it's Kojima, or because they were paid by Konami, or they had a deadline and they said, "Fuck it, let's give it a good review," and that's it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And Muscle Man Dan, like he says, Metal Gear is dog shit. I don't like Metal Gear. I honestly don't. Splinter Cell all day, every day, bro. Blacklist, one of the best ones. I think it was the last one. You can buy that game on the 360 on your Xbox Series X or S for like $4.99 right now. Go play that. That shit is amazing. So there's another example of games like getting high reviews, not deserving it. So it makes me wonder how many PlayStation reviews, games actually get the scores they deserve. So yeah, Metal Gear with no Kojima is like Diet Coke with versus regular Coke. Man, there should be a worse example of that. Because I don't you remember Metal Gear Survive? That's Metal Gear without Kojima. That's horrible. And talking about Kojima, you remember the reviews of Death Stranding? That a lot of reviewers calling the game boring, barren, nothing to do, weird, unexplainable, 10 out of 10. Make that shit make sense. All right, let's go with the video.
And when they don't go out and admit it, oftentimes it's found out anyway. If you beat a game but experience less than half of its content or just rush through its content, do you really think you could give said game an
I
honest
just said
review?
that.
Deadlines suck, but that's no excuse for rushing a review, which will ultimately create an uninformed assessment of the product being reviewed. So let's put this all together. What do you get? Well, I did notice, and likely others have too, that game reviewers tend to really like certain types of games over others. Among the genres that showed the highest positivity bias, third person cinematic games and
Oh,
walking
God.
simulators showed
Oh,
a
God.
0.8 and 0.95 bump respectively.
No
So
shit.
think about it. If you're a person who likely only plays video games casually and are given a strict deadline of when you have to beat and
I'd
review a
rather play
game,
Mario
what
Kart
game's going to be the
every
most
day
enjoyable to you?
if I
Let's
have
say
to play
you've
a
got
fucking
to get
Sony
your
game.
review out by tomorrow. So you enable cheats, put the game on the easiest difficulty, avoid most content, and just rush to beat it as fast as possible. What in the game can you actually honestly review? You can't give the combat or balancing a fair shake. You likely aren't an experienced enough player to understand the ins and outs of a game's combat system either. So
True.
what's left? Well, maybe the graphics were nice, or maybe
Oh,
you love the
God.
story or voice acting. Maybe
I hate that. Judging a game by its graphics. I hate that. I really like stylized graphics, for real. Because they age better and it gives a flair. It's like dude, I live in a world that is real life. Everybody's ugly. Why would I want to see that in a video game sometimes? And I'm not saying they're bad. Hellblade is gonna look amazing, but sometimes you gotta give it a little bit of flair. Look at Gears, look at Halo. They're kind of realistic, but not really. I like that. But anyway.
a certain character was funny to you. So the most enjoyable games are going to be the ones that deliver on these aspects. Even I admit, if I only had a weekend to play a game, I probably wouldn't pick the most technical fighter or some 200 IQ RTS. By the time my time is up, I wouldn't have even understood the most basic gameplay elements yet, and I definitely wouldn't have enjoyed the experience much. I probably would have enjoyed a nice
Ugh.
story-focused game more instead. You can see this in the reviews for The Last of Us 2. Despite the fact that you
Sony
spend
makes games
around
for
90% of the
reviewers, not
game in combat
gamers.
or
It
sneaking
might be
or
up to
managing
something right
resources,
there.
the story,
Black Mamba.
animations, and characters make up the vast
Xbox
majority
Link
of the
Mario
content of
needs
these
a kart
reviews.
game. I agree.
Why? Because they're the only parts the critic got a decent taste of. Everything
The
else is the
graphics
reviewer
they
playing
gave
the
it 10
game
out of
of
10.
guess
Yeah.
on very little actual experience what you think the things
Puzzles.
you're reviewing is like. If
People
you
are
like The Last
trashing
of Us
puzzles.
2 or any other games reviewers also like, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just showing that these are the types of games critics, by the very nature of the review system, are going to gravitate to. And because of this,
Final Fantasy VII. Is that game really actually that good? I tried to play it in the PS1 back in the day, and it was boring. It was slow. I didn't like it. But I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in the US. I think pixel art. I didn't like when I saw Final Fantasy 7 for the first time. It was blocky and it was ugly. But when I went back to the Super Nintendo and I looked at Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in America or in the States, it looked amazing to me. Is Final Fantasy actually that good? Or it's just, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm fucking pot. Most likely I'm a bot.
these are also the types
Nah,
of games
stop.
video game developers
Boring
are
as
also
fuck.
going to gravitate
Okay,
to
I'll
as
take your
well,
word for it.
because they know it tends to lead to
Xbox
better
has the
reviews.
best shooters,
This
best
is almost
RPGs, best
certainly
racer
why The
games.
Last of Us
PlayStation
2
has
has
all
the
right
option
walking
to enable a
simulators.
button
Facts.
that literally makes your character invisible to enemies, because they know this is something that a reviewer almost certainly wants, and makes the playtime of the reviewer more enjoyable. This is also likely why the new Crash game is getting an unlimited lives mode in its new installment. The sad fact is that because review scores mean so much for the sales of a game, it simply becomes riskier as a big-time publisher to make the games you know reviewers aren't going to like. It stifles the diversity and creativity of the games publishers are willing to fund because they know critics have a narrow range of games they are willing to like. This hurts gaming because it means a wide array of diverse tastes and people that play games aren't being properly catered to. It's
So it's exactly what you said in the chat. That these games are not being made for their fans, basically. They're made for the reviewers. And when fans actually grab and play the game, we're the people that are saying, yo, this game is actually good. Sometimes you see games that are actually good for reviewers and good for players. Those are the masterpieces. Those that are like, for me, Hi-Fi Rush. Everybody loves it. I love Hi-Fi Rush. But there's a point there. Like, how do I make a game that reviewers would like? But isn't that, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's even good for business, because I've seen a whole bunch of games that had good reviews and it's not selling well. I mean, Arcane. Unfortunately, Arcane games are highly reviewed and they're not selling well. But now you have Redfall that is not good reviewed, and I'm seeing, if I turn on my Xbox right now and I see my friends list, people are playing it. I'm seeing a lot of people share the game. I'm seeing people actually saying the game is good. So, pandering to the critics, is it good for marketing and sales or not? I don't know. So, let's continue.
It's well known that game journalists tend to really care about diversity and representation, or at the very least they say they do. But because of the bias that comes
They
from
say it
game
because of
critics being
clicks.
such a homogenous group themselves, many of the cultures that reside within gaming aren't getting the representation they really need. And that's a sense of the outside world.
That's
cares about
right.
your hobby in the same way you do.
Where's the fat
For
super?
example, of the fighting
I'm
game
joking.
community, a community made up in large part by poorer communities that started as gatherings around arcades. How often do gaming critics show an appreciation for the deep and complex mechanics this genre has to show? Or what of Eastern European games? It's no secret that Western games media has a bias against what many have considered Eurojank. Often critics see these games as frustratingly unfunctional and obtuse snorefests, but to their fans and the cultures that create them, they're unique and creative
Is that
experiences
Stalker?
made resourcefully and out of love. And don't get me started on the cultural atomic bomb that is game critics and their disdain for the expression of Japanese devs. Reviewers need to see genres on their own terms rather than through the lens they often get both from their background and the short amount of time they get to assess a game.
A lot of these reviewers are predisposed to not liking certain food items, and I don't think that's right. I mean, they're the reviewer after all. They're supposed to have the professional palate and be able to tell me if a tomato is crisp or not crisp. They can't just throw it off and be like, I don't review tomatoes. Oh, what are you, fucking gay?
I remember that review from I think it was a Pokemon game. I think it was Sapphire Ruby. It was review bombed, or it was reviewed badly because it had too much water. And I'm like, it's it's the game is on islands. It's supposed to have a lot of water. So that was just stupid. And yeah, I think fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm not listening to reviewers ever again. I'm done. I'm not. I'm not. I'm going on strike with the writers of Hollywood. No more reviews. I don't give a fuck. That reviewer that came to Puerto Rico. Yeah, you're right, man. No, dude, I remember some reviews like had too much water. I'm like, dude, the whole game are in islands. The whole game are beaches. Of course there's water. The fuck is wrong with you? It's like complaining that you go to the beach and you were too wet. What the fuck? With Game Pass, you don't have to download the game. Just try it yourself. That is right. That is right. And because of Game Pass, and not only look, indie games. Indie games do not get the love, man. So they do not get the love. And I love Game Pass for that. I've played some fantastic indie games and not thinking about the reviews. Ravenlock, I don't know, has like a 70 something, 60 something. Dude, I just saw some screenshots in that game. And I saw some gameplay. I'm like, dude, this game looks great. And after I finish Redfall, I'll jump into that game. Yes. Panic is just like Redfall. Fun, but critics would, because they didn't finish the game. Too much sand. Yeah, that's right. You go to the beach, too much sand, and you're too wet. What the fuck? Then why are you going? Stupid. Anyway, let's finish this video. Ah! I'm not paying for premium.
So, what's my solution to this? Should only gaming experts like me get review copies? No, I don't think so. There are some types of games I simply don't care for, but that doesn't mean I think these games deserve a low score because of it. The major issue of the Metacritic is that the best games aren't going to be the ones that are liked by everyone, but instead the ones loved by the specific group of people they pander to. A piece of art that speaks to you specifically is always going to be the piece of art that we personally like the most. As I said earlier, I don't like cinematic games. Does that mean all cinematic games deserve low
doesn't
scores?
mean that.
Of course not. Rather than traditional Metacritic reviews, we should transition to more accurate and personal review systems. Traditional game reviews are kind of obsolete in the year 2020. Most people don't even read gaming site reviews.
This video's
They
from
just check
2020.
the score.
Jesus
Sites like
Christ.
YouTube allow people to broadcast detailed opinions of games, and unlike random IGN reviews, you likely know if said content creator has tastes similar to yours. But an even better review system, in my opinion, is that of the user review system. Not necessarily the user review system that Metacritic has, but the system.
User review system is actually indicative of what the people actually feel about the game. However, we're suffering review bombs. A lot of fucking ponies and bots. You gotta accept it. We're going into a game, they're reviewing bombing the game. Sorry. I always thought about this. Maybe I should do it, whatever. Make a review site. Like Metacritic, like OpenCritic. Then in order you to put a score of a game, you have to log in with your email, your name and gamer tag on of the system that you finished the game has to be public. And when you submit a score, somebody should review what you're submitting by you showing completion of the game, and like at least an achievement that you finished the game, actually finished the game, and then it was you. And after that's reviewed, you could put the score up. You can, yes, you can finish a game, and it's publicly out there that people see. And look, this is the guy who reviewed the game, who he's putting his comments about the game. This is his review score. It's his gamer tag or his whatever his PlayStation ID, whatever it is, and this is his comments, and this is his score. I think you should review scores should be more curated in that point. But I guess they're not. So you're gonna get review bombs. So I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do it. I should create that website. And if you want to put a score up there, you got to show credentials. Like, did you finish it, you piece of shit? You did? Show me. All right, then put the score up. Maybe I should do that. Open a score. Go WBGPOS scores. That's what it would be called. Something like that.
Some sites like Steam have.
Steam.
Used to
Yes.
display the Metacritic score on a game's store page, but later replaced it with user scores. But more importantly, these are from users that have already purchased and played the game. This means that the reviewers have already been self-selected for
Yes, like
the
Steam,
specific
correct.
type of game or genre the product is from, and likely have more expertise in it. Not only that, but unlike Game Journo scores, Steam review scores can update continuously, which better reflect the state of a game as time goes on, and gives players as much time
Andrew
as they
Spratt,
want
yes.
before reviewing a game. Sure, this might
You
result
think
in
I like
games that
that.
the general populace
Should be a
wouldn't
good thing to do
into
that.
getting a score
You
far
should be able
higher
to
than
score a
what
game until your
reviewers would
system
give it.
determines that
But
you beat
let's
the
be
game.
honest,
Yes?
if you're looking at the user review scores of a Japanese dating sim, it's because you already have an interest in Japanese dating sims. This has worked wonders for the games that the major gaming websites aren't willing to touch, or games that are in early access. Do I think Steam's user review system is perfect? No. But I do think it's a step in the right direction, and
I agree.
definitely a better option than what the current dogma is. To close, I feel there's a lot of information that can come from this data set I've been collecting and going through. As time goes on, I hope to update it and make a more comprehensive list showcasing reviewer bias as it applies to genres, publishers, and developers. If nothing else, maybe it could help players determine a better assessment of the game's quality than just what gaming review sites decide.
That's a good video. Now, damn, boobs. Just not sharing the screen. All right, that was a good video. It gives you perspective of what's going on exactly with Redfall. And I've been talking about Redfall for an hour, basically, though. That's wild. By myself. Awesome. So, yeah, just to close my thoughts on Redfall, it's not a 59. Reviews can go fuck themselves. I'm not going to listen to reviews anymore. Yes, I'm going to keep on playing against the Metacritic on WBG. I'm going to be the champion this year again. But I don't care about reviews anymore. That's my thoughts on reviews, and that's it. Next fucking topic. Let me point this down. Hold on. I gotta learn how to do fucking timestamps. POS. Where's my notebook? Here it is. Here's my notebook. 1 hour and 12. All right. Next topic. Xbox fucking showcase. Do they need to go hard? Do they need to go like balls to the wall, show everything? Do they need to do that? Honest question, guys in the chat. What do you guys expect from this show? No. Okay. Long live the bad mama says no. They don't need to go balls to the wall. What? They got to run naked. All right. Real Nonstop said they got to start streaking in the streets naked. All right. They don't need to show everything. Okay. But what do they need to show, though? Like, what are the must show? So people could be, happy at least. No, but they need to show real dates and in-game footage on Xbox console. I 100% agree. Cheerwalker says no. All right, let's go to the list. No, I don't have a list on me, unfortunately, but just think about it. When was the last show? Okay, let's go by studio. Do we expect or need to see anything from the coalition? Yes or no? Anybody in the chat? And repeat the question again. Do we need to see anything from the coalition right now? Yes or no? No. No, okay. Let's go. That's one studio out. Next studio. We're not going to see anything from 343, aren't we? No DLC, no nothing, right? So we can say no on that, right? Coalition is out. No. 343? No. Victor Cliff says C. Yes. Hold on, we're going. I know Hellblade. I know Hellblade is gonna be in there, but let me see. Let me. Halo 4 season, maybe. Do we gonna see that though? I don't know. I don't think 343 is gonna be there. Honestly, I don't think. Who's next on the list? Playground. Fable. Are they gonna show anything from Fable, or they're gonna show something from Forza Horizon 5 DLC? Yes or no? And it is a must. Is Fable a must? Yes or no? Panic Boss says no. Panic Box says fuck Fable. John DJ, you guys are pussy. Yes, they need to go hard. They need to update us on what has already been revealed. Muscle Man Dan, I'm not saying the date. I'm just asking, do they need to show anything from Fable? Is it a must? Andrew Spratt says yes. Sean DJ says yes. Long being the update on Fable need the gameplay release date. Yes. Okay. So Fable. Let's write it down. Playground is a must. Ground Fable is a must. All right. Next one. Is 100% sure that Hellblade is going to be in the show? I can say yes. I say yes. I say 99% that Hellblade is going to be there, right? So, okay, let's put Ninja Theory. Hellblade. Yes. And a must. Besides, this is the first game from the Series X that's ever been shown. So, yes, Hellblade is going to be shown. Yes? Okay. Next studio. Forza Motorsport. We already saw the first. We saw gameplay in the game on the direct. Are we seeing Forza again? Are we seeing a date? Yes or no? Do we need it? Even though we know the game is going out. Wait, hold on. We're going by list. There's a lot of studios. Primus. Hold on. Turn 10. Yes. We're gonna show them. They're gonna show a date. Yes. No. How do I do polls in this shit? Hold on. Can I do a poll? How do I do a poll in this? I need to do a poll. Like 30-second polls. Okay, but let's put it. Turn 10. Absolutely. Turn 10 is going to be there. 10. Yes. Let's go to Obsidian. Are they showing Grounded again? Yes or no? Do you want to see Grounded? Yes or no? Or you want to see Avowed? Which one is it? Absolutely. Again, I'm going to ask again. Are we seeing Grounded again, or we're just seeing Avowed? Lord, no. Nobody wants to see Grounded. Nobody wants to see Grounded? So you guys are sure we're going to see in this showcase Avowed. Probably show... Okay, but show Avowed. Show Avowed? Okay, so... All right. Obsidian... shows Avowed. All right. No Grounded? No way. Muscle Man Dan says, no way Avowed. Why is he Grounded again? Dude, it's the same thing with Rare. Why is he Sea of Thieves again? It's a weird thing, but they keep no Grounded. Avowed. Only Avowed. Okay, that's what you guys want. Muscle Man Dan, I think you're alone in this one. Next studio. Compulsion. Are we going to see them, yes or no? Are we going to see Compulsion, yes or no? Yes, they better. Real Nonstop said, yes, they better. Jesus Christ. Yes, I hope so. No. Muscle Man there says no. BC McNasty, I love that name. No. Sorry. Slime chance that they will be there. Yes, we need to. Compulsion needs to tease at least. All right, so I'm taking that as a yes. Compulsion. At this point, we're going to say yes to everything. Compulsion. Yes, it needs to be there. In Exile. That's another game that we don't have no clue if they're making something. Do we need to see anything from an Exile? Ray, that yes is coming from what? From an Exile or Compulsion? No, nothing from an Exile. Dave, thanks for. I didn't see your name before, Dave, but thanks for being here. Chad Walker says hard no. Oh wow, Muscle Man Dan no. Tron DJ said yes. So right now is no is winning. Ray says yes. Long live the back mama says no. But we need. But wait, hold on. This is a move. It would be nice. No, unless the game is coming next year. But I'm not sure when the game comes. The game is next. All right. Let's say an Exile we can wait. All right. So let's say an Exile we can wait. So an Exile no doesn't need to be there. Not yet. Who else is in the list? Undead Labs. Undead Labs, State of Decay 3. Are we seeing something? What or not? And we need yes, about time. Y'all agree that State of Decay 3 is a must? All right. Undead Labs. Yes. Yes, everybody says yes. Okay. Yes, only seen a CGI deer. I agree. That's right. Okay, so Undead Labs. We agree is yes. All right. Who's in the list? Oh, okay, here we go. Double Fine. Are we seeing anything from Double Fine? A teaser or something? Or we can let them cook. Huh? Let them cook. You think Double Fine? Just an update at least? No. Double Fine is good. We can let Tim Schafer cook. All right, let's let Tim Schafer cook. Double Fine. There's my dog talking shit. That's right. My daughter just arrived from school. We can hear her coming in the house. That's why my daughter's barking. Double Fine. No. You don't need Double Fine. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to mute myself for a second. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Double Fine. No. Rare. Is Rare's going to come out and show Sea of Thieves again, or are they going to show something about what's the name of that game again? What's the name of the Rare game again? Holy shit, I forgot. What's the name of the Rare game again? Everwilds. Thank you. Are we going to see Rare and Everwilds in this show? Thank you, Cheer Walker. Thank you, Don't Stop. I forgot about the name for a second. Are we seeing anything? No? Yes? No? Can't wait to see the next Sea of Thieves update. Dude, Panic Boss, we probably will. We probably fucking will. Fernando, absolutely, they're going to show Sea of Thieves. Jesus Christ. No way. Too far. So we're saying Rare's going to be there, but it's not going to be Everwilds. It's going to be fucking Sea of Thieves. Do we agree with that? I hate it. We're going to see Sea of Thieves again. That sucks. Anyway, I'm going to say yes and no. Yes to the Rare, no to Everwilds. Yes to C. No. Ever. Okay. Here's a big one. The initiative. Oh shit, I forgot Onyx. Before I say the initiative, are we gonna see something about Halo BR? If from what's the name of the guys? Certain Affinity. Are we gonna see anything from that Halo BR game or whatever they're building? Yes. Do we think 343 is gonna show that there? Like Certain Affinity is actually Tatanga? Yeah. Are we sure? Hey, Okay, let's say possibly, probably. I think there's high chances though. It's been a while since they announced that they're doing that. So let's put 343 as a probable. I want to put them as a probable, honestly. Now let's go back to the initiative. I think it's time, man. I think it's time. We got to see something about Perfect Dark. Do we see anything from Perfect Dark? Is it time? Certain Infinity will shadow drop stuff. Hopefully. Huh? Do we see anything from Perfect Dark? I think it's time, man. They started that studio back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. They have to show at least the character's face, something, right? I don't know. I want them to show it, but will they? Yes, a trailer. Yes, no. Perfect Dark. Yes, need the game about Dirk Griggity's daughter. Oh god damn. Come on. Come on, man. Why did you do that? You made me fucking laugh at that comment. Ah, shit. At least a trailer, at least. Okay, I agree with that. At least a trailer. At least a trailer. Let's put it down. Initiative. At least a trailer. Okay. Who else is in the list? Who else is in the Xbox list? Xbox Game Studios. Oh, Contraband. Are we going to see anything from Contraband? Or that Project Dragon, whatever it was, from IO. If it's still going through, I don't know. They don't need gameplay for everything. That is true. We need updates to certain things, and we need gameplays to certain things. So definitely Contraband. Chillwalker says no. Right now is winning yes, though. Yes. Nothing substance problems. Yeah, you're kind of right. Nothing for Project Kojima. Well, let's go. That's I think Kojima is far away, but because he still hasn't launched Death Stranding 2, so I don't think we're seeing anything about Kojima. But I'll say no. Let's go maybe on Contraband. We maybe see something about Contraband. So that's Xbox Studio Publishing. Maybe. Okay. I'm saying straight up Kojima, no. Like at all. We're not seeing Kojima at all. So Kojima, maybe a trailer, maybe a teaser, but I'm saying no. Kojima, no. No. Big old no. And I'm glad that you mentioned a stalker, Mr. Fernando, because if we're talking about all these studios, where the fuck are we gonna fit on this show the third parties? But anyway, let's still have fun with this because remember, Xbox still has partnerships with third party games. I don't think the Outer Worlds we're going to see it though, Beastie. I don't think so. I think Avowed is next on the list, and maybe an update on Grounded, but we're not going to see Outer Worlds. Stalker 2, you know the situation they're going through on Ukraine. Are we going to see anything from Stalker 2 even replaced? Remember, Replace is also a game being made in Ukraine. Replace that pixel art game that looks amazing. So are we going to see Stalker and Replace? I'm going to put them in the same bunch. Maybe, says. Maybe. It's questionable. Remember, they have a second show. Yes, but that's more updates, and that's Starfield. I'm not even counting Starfield because that's 100% as being there. Replace looks good to go. Looks to go. Yeah, it does. Stalker 2, yes. I'd say. I'm going to say. Let's say I'm going to be optimistic about this. I'm going to say yes. Yes to Stalker. Yes. So you're gonna see something, hopefully a release date for those guys. I don't want them. Yes, I know. I don't want them to rush, but at some point they have to release something too. That's their bread, bro. And a lot of delays has been given. But if they need more time, I can totally accept that from them. Replace? I'm gonna say no. Or maybe I don't know. What do you guys think? Replaced? Yes, no? I feel well. I'm not. We're not into Bethesda Studios yet. Hold on. There's a lot of studios, bro. Okay, so I think we're done with the Xbox ones, right? Coalition, 343, Playground, and Ninja Theory, Turn 10, Obsidian, Compulsion, and Exile, Undead, Double Fine, Rare, uh, Initiative, Xbox Game Publishing. Who else is out there? I think we're done with the Xbox Studios, right? All right, now let's go to the Bethesda Studios. Id Software. Let's start with Id Software. Are they showing anything? Long live the Black Mama. I really think the same thing. I think this showcase is called the Xbox Showcase. I don't think they're going to show anything from Bethesda yet, but hey, who knows? Maybe they're just integrating everything under Xbox, but who knows, all right? But you forgot Flights. I don't think Flight, dude. That's Xbox Game Publishing. So I don't think Flexible is going to be there. It's software, yes. No, no. Let them cook, Joey. All right, I agree. Cinemax takes years instead of stuff. All right. So it's software, no. Machine games. We're seeing Indiana Jones or Wolfenstein. We're seeing Indiana Jones. Yes or no? Nah. This says nah. Andrew Spratt says yes. Indiana Jones. I think it's time to see Indiana Jones in some way, shape, or form. At least Indiana Jones being Xbox exclusive. That's the other question, though. I always say Disney gives everybody exclusive games, but when it comes to Indiana Jones, for some reason Xbox can't have an exclusive or some dumb shit. I don't get that logic. I'm gonna say teaser. Indiana Jones gets another teaser. So it's a yes. Of course, Bethesda's doing Starfield, so I'm not going to put that on the list. Who else is out there? Roundhouse, so these guys are doing. No. Who else is out there in Bethesda? Arcane just launched a game, so that's not going to be there. Wolfenstein is not going to be there. Arcane Leon basically just launched a Deathloop, so that's not going to be there. The Redfall just came out, that's not going to be there. So I think maybe that's why the show is going to be called Xbox Game Showcase and not Bethesda on Xbox, because the only games that they have to show from Bethesda is basically Indiana Jones and Starfield. So by logic, yes, that Redfall might be getting an update from the 60 frames per second. I don't think Deathloop is getting DLC though. Honestly, I honestly don't think so. The fuck. Fucking neighbor with a car. Anyway, so no, I'm gonna say just Indiana Jones from Bethesda. Roundhouse, I don't think they're doing anything yet. But Roundhouse just did what? The Doom game for Mighty Doom. I think they did that. I don't know. I don't know if the Wolfenstein is one. Okay, let's say this. Machine Games is gonna tease Indiana Jones. They show something about Wolfenstein. We can say that, right? Bailalo. Real stuff. I know. That was a car passing by with music. I'm gonna say just Machine Games. I think just Machine Games. ZeniMax Online only has that Elder Scrolls Online, so I really think Bethesda is gonna skip the show this time. Though it's gonna be all about Xbox. What about ZeniMax Online Studios? Are they a show coming? I don't know. Alpha Dog did Mighty Duke, yeah. So again, I think Bethesda's jumping a little bit this show, except for Machine Games. I think Machine Games are really going to show something about Indiana Jones. And Austin is making a game, but Austin just released Redfall, so I don't think they're ready for anything. So I'm going to agree to disagree on this one. I think just Machine Games is being shown. I think it's just in the and anything else is it's probably next year. Yeah, probably next year. Okay, so let's recap our list. Coalition is not going to be shown. So 343 probably with the new VR game, the Certain Infinity game. Playground is going to show Fable. Ninja Theory Hellblade, that's a yes, that's a must. Turn 10 is going to show Forza, that's a must with a date. Obsidian is going to show Avowed with gameplay. Compulsion Games, you guys says yes, at least a teaser. And Exile, you guys says no. Undead Labs with State of Decay 3, you guys say yes. Double Fine, no. Rare, Sea of Thieves update, Jesus Christ. The Initiative, at least the trailer. Xbox Game Studio Publishing with what? Maybe Kojima? No, we don't know. And Machine Games showing Indiana Jones. Stalker, yes. Replace, no. If that's the show, let's say that's the show. No third party, no other indies, nothing. It's that. If that's the show, do you think that's a good show, yes or not? And would you guys be happy? Would you guys say, yo, this was freaking awesome? Let me go by the list again. Fable, Hellblade, Avowed, Forza, Compulsion teaser, and Exile. No, not yet. Undead with yes. Sea of Thieves, maybe. Do you guys think that's a good show? Yes, it must have dates. I gotta get that drop. That be a dope show. Makes ponies go off the cliff. So you guys think yes, that's a good show. I agree. Now, what surprises could be in this show? Remember, Phil in that interview said they're gonna announce things that we don't even know about. And there's rumors out there that Xbox might getting a well-known IP as a game. What could that be? Honestly, if this is the show, the list that we just made, if that's the show, and they showing updates, teasers, gameplay, and dates, straight up, that's a great show. I don't care. And please don't do the 12 months thing. Don't do that. That's just a waste of time. I know, Dave. I know. They ain't showing all that. I know. Keep expectation realistic. This is the most cautious me I've ever going to be on a show. Because if you've seen WBG's last show, you see my rant about some dumb shit. Gears Collection. Well, listen, Panic Boss, listen. I know you guys listen to Xbox Era. I know you guys like Nick. But to me, Nick is a known liar. And that man is going to wish that shit into existence. I don't think Gears Collection ever existed. If it exists now, that means people fucking Coalition said, fuck it, why not? Banjo-Kazooie? Fuck, I don't think that's ever going to happen, bro. And that's the thing. Xbox needs to play with our fucking nostalgia, man. Like, dude, give us Banjo. Give us Conquer. Bring back KI. Come on, man. Muscle Man Dan, you read my mind. Bring back fucking KI, bro. We have so many characters. Bring him back. But yes, I do hope Gears get a collection, but I don't believe that happens. So I really don't. But again, if they show at least half of what we just said on the list, would you guys be happy? Would you guys be happy? The fans, not the critics, not the ponies, not the media, us. Would you say, you know what? I'm content with what they're showing us. Is it enough? Bring back Conquer. It fucking love that. I know, man. They ain't released nothing about Gears 4 years. I had an update in 242. Okay, Muscle Man says yes. You guys will be content. I'm gonna say right now. I'm happy for happy for Xbox games on Game Pass. That's right. Need third-party money hatting? Yes, they do. But it depends. What are you money hatting though? Because they have money hatted some other games that hasn't resulted well. So, but I'm talking about Xbox. I'm talking about first party for us, the house. You got to think about the house first. More than enough, to be honest. All right, Dave. No, they don't. Yeah, I would. Okay, so the consensus is if they show at least 50% of what we said in an hour, we're gonna be okay with it. I'm gonna be okay with it, and I'm sure they're gonna show one or two surprises that we have no idea, but I'm gonna be okay with it. And I think this is. Look, I know we say this every goddamn year, we do, but this has to be the year, guys. This has to be. I know we said it last year, bro. I know we said it last year that this was the year and it didn't happen. But this time, I feel like, dude, what is holding you back, bro? There's nothing holding you back. Just show the shit. It's time, Phil. I know you're not happy. I know you see in social media. I know that us fans are annoying as fuck. But I also know that you do know that the future's bright. Don't hold back, bro. Forget the 12 months shit. Or at least tell, okay, these are the games that are coming in the fall 12 months. And after the games we show after this are the ones that are coming in the future. Just hype us up, man. You guys got the power to do it. I know you can. Make me believe again, motherfuckers. I've never, I don't even know what to say anymore, but I wish, I don't know, they can't hold back. Another stealth drop, that could be the Halo BR. Andrew Spratt, watch out. The Halo BR could be the, but now, yes, to close, dude, I can't believe I'm almost talking to almost an hour and 40 minutes. And shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for being here. 47 people here. I'm doing this alone. I got to learn to do this alone. And I want to get more loose when I'm talking to you guys and doing the shows. And I'm really glad that I've been talking for this long and you guys are still here. And I'm interacting with the chat, which is great, and I love it. So if you can, hit the like button if you can and if you wish to. And long live the Bama BR ain't coming out until next year at least. But they can announce it at least, right? I'm just saying. But anyway, now just to close the show, I don't know. I don't know if I broke the record for today. I think by myself I reached 58 people, which is fine. But to me, just reaching 10 people, it's amazing, man. There's 48, 59, 50. It's going up and down. People actually listening to me, and that's amazing to me. Gracias por tu tiempo, compa. Victor Click, you're talking like a fucking Panamanian. I don't know if you're Panamanian, but if you are, vale verga, dime, chucha tu madre. But anyway, last topic is Platano J. What's going on? You haven't seen you on the chat. Hit the like button. Great show, Musumanda. Thank you. Hellblade 2. Phil kind of said Hellblade 2 is in the pipeline. My question is, my dog's talking shit. Hellblade 2, is it coming this year or next year? First quarter 2024 or holidays 2023? Victor Click only speaks Spanish here. That's fine. That's fine, dog. You can speak Spanish. I understand. I guess I understand a little bit of Italian too, so don't worry about it. Next year, long live the lamb. November. Brickman Conquer. That's right. Only on Xbox. Fucking shit. Tired of it. Hellblade. That's the first game ever shown in the Game Awards. We saw that first trailer. Our minds were blown away. I remember smacking my cousin next to me because I was watching it in his apartment, hitting the shit, living shit out of him, man. Like, oh my God, are you watching what I'm seeing? Then we saw the Series X, and then we saw the first gameplay trailer. That ponies don't believe is gameplay. That shit looks amazing. The motion capture is amazing. I know the story is gonna be amazing. I know Ninja Theory's contracted and did a whole bunch of motion capture for combat and a whole bunch of stuff. And then we saw the whole thing with the meta face thing. That looks crazy, man. Is Ninja Theory done? Are we Are we gonna get this game this year? Are we gonna finally shut all these fucking ponies? Well, here's your graphics game. Is it finally happening? Or are we gonna have to wait at least another 8 months or another 12 months for the game? It's happening. Are we optimistic? Bro, I'm Dominican. My ex was Panamanian. Okay, makes sense. Huh? Black Long Live the Black Mamba. Hellblade, Avowed, Contraband are the. You think those are the games for next year? You think those are the next in line? Hellblade, Contraband, and Avowed. Hmm. If Starfield releases the first half, it wouldn't come out this year. True. But if it's ready though. So you think they're gonna show the game is coming out in February? Like, I think that's a safer bet. I want it to be November. I'm not gonna lie. I really want it to be November. But if they tell us, hey, it's coming out in February, I'm not gonna be mad. At least we got a date, right? And it gives them at least another 8 months so they can polish the game. What do you guys think? Starfield is going to take over my life. I mean, ese juego va a dominar mi vida. I know. They're gonna release them back to back. Look at what happened of Halo and Forza. Yeah. So when is Forza coming out? But yeah, when is Forza coming out? What do you guys think? Starfield is September. So it's like, when is Forza coming out? For real? Could Forza be the shadow drop this July? You think Forza is a July game? July, August? I mean, maybe I couldn't agree with that. What do you guys want it to be, though? You guys want it in August or November? Summer racing. Could be a summer game. I agree. Toss up, though. July or November? Oof. Might be August. Either is fine. That's right. That's fine. July for birthday. Depends if Hellblade's in November. Okay, so if Hellblade is November, let's say is actually coming this year, then Forza might be July. Honestly, as close as possible. So you can have those three not close to each other, but not far apart either. Long Live the Black Mamba is certain that game ain't coming this year. All right, I'll take your word. I'll remember this. Dirk Mikowski. As long as it's this year, I'm good. All right. 2 months of each for each. I can agree with that. All right. So we're kind of split for this. I still believe that Hellblade. I still have the feeling that it's coming this year. Let's predict what's coming 24. 24 is Avowed. 100%. Avowed, Contraband, and Indiana Jones. One each quarter. Next year, that's my list. Avowed, Contraband, and Indiana Jones. That's next year. It has to be. Because I think Indiana Jones comes next year, right? Or is this year? I don't remember. We all need Killer Instinct 2. We need that yesterday. And if anybody in Microsoft is listening to me, dude, I don't know what you guys got to do. Put a flyer, put an email, put a memo out there. Say, hey, guys, listen. We want to make Killer Instinct. We want one person, a small group of people from each fucking studio to make a small studio to make Killer Instinct. Believe me, people will sign up, man. Make that shit happen. Create a new studio just to remaster games. Or if ABK deal happens, then make Toys for Bob make Banjo in those games. Come on, man. Let's make Crash, Banjo, and Spyro a video game universe, bro. Fable. Muscle Man, I don't even know when Fable's coming out. That's the thing. As much as hate Xbox get, in this chat, we're just talking about games, and games. Xbox has games, but we just don't know when they're dropping them. We don't know the pipeline. And hopefully this show on May 22nd or July, I don't remember. May 22nd is the EU thing on the of ABK deal. Sorry. On June. Hopefully we see a good roadmap of what's coming up. But I think Xbox, this is the first time I think they really need to understand that they need a roadmap. They can't leave the fans like this because the media is really piling on them way too much. It is not fair. Yeah, it's just a talking point. We will. You know what? Rilski. I'm going to end my show with that. We will. Optimistic. We will see those shit. And with that, guys, I can't believe I almost talked for 2 hours. But I almost talked for 2 hours because of you guys in the chat. I'm trying to be better at what I do. I'm trying to be entertaining as much as I can. And I respect Dirk and Sean by doing this by themselves. This shit is hard doing this shit by itself. And I had fun. I didn't even realize we almost talked for 2 hours, man. And it's been fun. Again, I'm trying to get used to tell people to hit the like button, share it out, subscribe. I don't like doing that. But if you feel like doing it, it will be appreciated. I will always be a bot. I will never change my stance. I will never flip-flop. I will never buy a PS5 unless they're giving me that shit for free. I will always be green. Fuck Dreamcast guy. Fuck the ponies. Fuck Jim Ryan. Fuck McDonald's for fucking up my order like 2 days ago. I asked for extra apple pie and didn't bring my apple pie. Pieces of shit. Stay strong. Like our bro fucking King David says.
King, what will we do? We will hold the line.
We will hold the line. This is not our end. Dreamcast guy, he's a pussy.
I've been a PlayStation dick sucker.
Huh? What, you want some dick?
And that's it, guys. Hold the line. Hold the goddamn line. And with that, I'm out. See you guys next week. And that's it. That's it, guys. Thank you for being here. All I can say is thank you. Later.